Hi, my name is Nika Robbins, and I am the author of Pain Changes You. And I decided to write a book to help empower and motivate people in order for them to know that we all have a purpose and we all have goals in life, and no matter what we experience, what we go through, to get through the issues that we're having and also be willing to travel that road to happiness. I have worked with high-risk families for over 17 years, and I also have experience working with homicidal and suicidal children. So I have been in the middle of helping people through their pain, and also I have experienced pain. At the age of 19, I lost my mother, and not only did that pain hurt me in the worst way, I lost myself. And so many of us go through different things in life, and that pain that we encounter and that pain that we run into causes us to lose who we are. And so when we don't know who we are as a person, that allows us not to have love for ourselves. So this book is to take you through the process of identifying the pain that is holding you back from living the purpose that God put you here for. And so once you are able to identify that pain, you are able to find who you are again. You are able to find that person that you grow to know and you love. And so when I designed Pain Changes You, I wanted my story to be told, but I also wanted stories of a few other authors to be told. Because many of us go through certain different situations. You will see in that book stories of death, of abuse, and different stories of the battle of forgiveness. We all run into that battle of not being able to forgive the one that have hurt us. And so we also experience broken bonds of families and relationships. So there's so many things that we encounter, so many things that we see that causes pain to where it builds up. And once that pain builds up, then we're down here. And that pain is coming up above us to where we no longer know who we are. And so I encountered that same feeling, those same emotions when I lost my mother. The pain of her not being here built up on me. It began with denial. Then it began with anger. And there was so many different emotions, so many different things that caused me to lose myself that I no longer knew or was able to even find my purpose. So Pain Changes You is an absolute thing that we have to deal with on a daily basis. But this book teaches you how to not only deal with your pain, but also be able to face your fears out of that pain. Because many of us suffer from not being able to face our fears, and our fears keep us from doing what we want to do and what we need to do. And so once we face those fears, then you are able to follow that road to happiness. Because how can you be happy if you don't know who you are? How can you be happy if you are not able to identify what is holding you back from being happy or knowing who you are or loving yourself? So a lot of us, what we're lacking, we're trying to find out of somebody else versus finding it in ourselves. So when Pain Changes You was designed, it was designed to help build, empower, to show you that yes, you might have went through this situation or you might be going through this situation, but that is not it. That is not over. That's just the beginning. So this will take you out of the darkness and lead you into the light in order for you to grow, to experience another side of life that you never thought was possible. So I just want you to grab this book, read this book, be able to relate. Not only does it tell you the stories of the pain, it tells you how each author got through the pain, and it also tells you, it's a portion in there that I wrote, sense of self and self-analysis. How you can, which is a very difficult thing for us to do. Self-analyze, worry about me, what I need to do, what I need to work on. We find that's the issue, that's the problem, that we have a problem. Don't be afraid to say that I need help. Because the first thing that we need to do is be able to admit that there is a problem. You have to face reality before there's a change. And that's what I had to do. I had to face reality that I had a problem, that I was unable to deal with the death of my mother. I was unable to deal with that I had lost myself, my self-love, who I was, that I was living in fear. So when I was able to face that reality and not blame it on my environment, everything going on around me, then I was able to start making that change. I was able to identify the pain that has surfaced and started holding me back. And I had to do that also, that technique with the families that I work with the homicidal, suicidal children that I work with. They're in so much pain. How is it that a 11-year-old will find anything as simple as a pencil and break it in half and try to take their life by cutting their veins? So pain is a very difficult thing that many of us struggle with, that we deal with on a daily basis. But we have to know that there is still hope. There's empowerment, that there's love on the other side of that tunnel, out of that darkness that we can reach and get out of. We just need that direction. And once we get and see the belief, and we are able to see that, yes, I am somebody. Yes, I was here for a reason. Yes, I know who I am and where I'm going and what I'm being guided to. And yes, most of all, I love me. And when you love yourself and know who you are, you don't need any guidance or direction from somebody else telling you who you should be. And the first question I ask many is, do you remember who you were before the world told you who you should be? That would in itself, trying to live out the perceptions of other people, causes pain. So there's many things in life that we have to face that causes and brings us pain. But there's many avenues and many ways to get out of the pain that we have endured. So pain changes you will uplift you. It will empower you. It will give you that power that you need in order to get your life on track where you want to be. Happiness is not a dream. Happiness is the ability and the effort that you put in to make that change. And it's easier said than done, but it is very, very possible. You grab this book and you will read through the different stories. You'll read through the process of self-analysis, the mandates of man, the scars of a woman, the pressures of society, and you will see that through all that, there is still hope. I hope, not only if you don't get the copy of the book, but just what I have told you, what I've said to you, that will give you the ability to see that no matter what I'm going through, what I've been through, that does not define me, and that's not going to define me. Because God put us all here for a reason. We all have a purpose. We just have to find that purpose. But before we can find that purpose, we have to find out who we are. And once we find out who we are, we have to love the person that we have found. We are our artists of creativity. And our first masterpiece is ourselves. And so when we find, and we are the own designers of ourselves, of our character, then we will shine before everybody else. So be that artist, be that creativity, be that creator of your character, of yourself. Pain changes you as the palette to start the artist that you are. Pain changes you will help you design and build the person that you want to be by helping you identify that pain. And once you identify that pain, you will find yourself, you will face your fears, and you will follow that road to happiness. I hope that you find what you need in your life, because you are an artist. And you are an artist of your own character. Thank you.